so proud of you because you let them. They counted you out and you let them. They thought you were weak and you let them. They thought you didn't have a clue. They thought you didn't have it together and you let them. This whole time, they thought they were being slick. They thought they knew who you were and you let them. And you let them. They didn't realize that you were calculating the whole situation from the beginning. You knew the end game from the beginning, but they thought you didn't have a plan. And you let them. They thought it was over for you. They thought you would never get back up. They thought you could never get back on your feet. They thought you would never recover. They thought you weren't going to amount to anything. Although they already knew. They already knew who you were. They didn't want you to know. They didn't want you to know. They were hoping that everything that you were going through, that all the struggles that had come into your life, that all the hard times that had come into your life were going to knock you down so bad that you would never get back up. You would never be who they knew you already were. You would never even find out for yourself who you really were. They thought wrong. They bet against you. Didn't realize they were betting against God. See, when you're one of God's chosen ones, it will look like your life is a disaster. And at some point, your life will feel like a disaster. Maybe a lot of points, your life is going to feel like a big mess and a disaster. There are going to be so many trials, so many struggles, so many hard times, so many obstacles for you to overcome. It's going to look like you're behind everybody else. But those people didn't have to overcome what you had to overcome. They didn't have the obstacles you had. There's levels to this. There's levels to this. So whole time you're thinking that you're behind, but you started out with the world against you. The weight of the world was on you when you started that race, and they were free to run. You're not behind. You don't even have to catch up. You're right on time. God's timing is everything. He knew. And so for the people who ran that race ahead of you, while they saw every bit of baggage that was strapped to your back, they looked back, they giggled, they laughed, they knew they had it in the bag. They knew they were going to win just because the odds were stacked against you, and they were wrong because they did not do the math. They're not good at math. I'm not good at math either, but they're not good at math. They thought you were stupid. They thought you were weak. They thought you were ignorant. They thought you were unintelligent. They did not know. They thought you were basically immature. They thought you were like a child that they could play with. They had no idea the whole time you let them think that. They had no idea that the whole time it was all part of the plan, more or less. You never go in as the lion. You never go in as the lion. You do not enter the jungle as the lion. You go in as a lamb. You go in as a lamb. If you go in as a lion, they know what to expect. That's how they can set that trap for you. But when they don't know you're a lion and they think that you're a lamb, oh, they're going to show their hand. And they showed their hand too quickly. They showed their hand so fast because they thought you were a little lamb. Pop off. They thought you were a lamb. See, you have a special gift. You don't always react. Okay, so you go in as a little lamb. And when the time is right, show them you're a lion, baby.